If you're enough of a trash person that you bring me back, I think we've got a fucking problem. I'm gonna start this video off by saying I'm gonna get very shouty in this video, and it might trigger some people. We'll also be talking about topics involving self-harm and challenges that encourage you to self-harm. If this disturbs you, please click off now. Let me make this very, very clear, like very abundantly clear. Kiaro, you are disgusting, you are deplorable, and you absolutely do not deserve the platform you have. So the result of this video was many of this woman's fans proceeding to cut themselves and do various forms of self-harm to their bodies, including quite a few who have now ended up hospitalized after watching this video and thinking, oh, that's cool, let's try it, and then damaging their bodies. Yes, I admit it was a silly move on my part. I apologize if it seemed like I was promoting self-mutilation. That was not my intention. I didn't even think people would replicate it. Did anyone actually do that after watching my video? I mentioned that changing the pencil to another object was a mistake, but my other statements shouldn't be dismissed as nonsense. I understand my audience. I review the video analytics. My subscribers are interested in content related to furries, that word, murders, and various trends involving blood. Should I have foreseen that small scratches on the hands would frighten them? Huh? I take responsibility for that video. I've apologized on Instagram and in the comments of that short video. I'm not spreading this, I'm against it. I rarely create content involving blood, and I've always disliked that type of content. Yes, acknowledging that my decision to partake in the trend, again, was a mistake. I've come to realize that. But does my mistake deserve all this hate? The way you wrote that, and the way you performed the video that this was written on, shows me that you don't actually give a shit what you did. You don't think you're in the wrong. You don't think you're at fault at all, and you think this was just a silly challenge that you made a video on, and because there were a few scratches, ooh, your silly fans did some things you don't actually think they actually did. Firstly, let me make it very clear, you're a fucking piece of shit, and I mean that, genuinely. You suck. You are a terrible person. The fact that you put self-mutilation in quotes just shows how disgusting you are. Did anyone actually do that after watching my video? Yes! I've seen pictures of these kids' cuts fucking ranging from various places on their body, some of them disgustingly deep. And having to see this from a bunch of kids that did it because they were watching their silly favorite YouTuber is absolutely fucking ridiculous. And the fact that you don't think this is a problem shows that you do not deserve the platform you have. Just because your followers are into furries and murders does not mean a video encouraging them to self-harm is okay. Quite frankly, a lot of the people that you find interested in furries are people who struggle with bad mental health issues. This is just a fact. Most furries, at least from what I've seen, have some kind of mental health issues. Furthermore, your audience is mostly children. And by children, I mean people aged 9 to 13. I want everyone watching this video to quickly think to themselves, is it appropriate for a 9-year-old who doesn't know fucking much about the world to see a video encouraging them to self-harm? The answer is absolutely not. That is disgusting. You are disgusting. You are questioning why you're getting all this hate? You are getting all this hate because you encouraged a bunch of minors to cut themselves, with several ending up in hospital. You are disgusting. This video has 171,000 views. That terrifies me. 171,000 views tells me that at least 150,000 people have watched a video that encourages them to cause harm to their bodies. The fact that there are people justifying this, and the fact that I'm going to get probably hate comments on this video from Kiara meat riders is disgusting. No part of this is okay. There is not a single part of this whole situation that is okay. It is really black and white. You made a video that encouraged kids to self-harm, and they did it. You do not deserve a channel. You do not deserve the influence that you have. You are disgusting. Content creators, and this isn't just in the gacha community, this is more so for content creators who have a child audience. If you can't understand that you have this much power, go fuck yourself and delete your channel. Don't stay on this platform and traumatize a bunch of minors. Don't stay on this platform and post your shitty YouTube shorts encouraging kids to cut themselves. If you have this sort of power and you aren't going to use it responsibly, fuck off. These are real children that are getting hurt. I know to people who have that much subscribers, that much power. I understand that these comments might just seem like, oh, it doesn't matter to me. I'm famous. I can do whatever I want. But each comment, there is a real person behind that. There is a real person with a family and friend group, and a real person with several years of memories and experiences. I know it doesn't matter to you, but it matters. It fucking matters. And the fact that there are the families of these children scared because these children have ended up in fucking hospital because of your dipshit delusional videos is really sad. And I'm sorry to all the people who were traumatized by this. And I'm sorry to all the people who now have to live with what this shitty person has done. Kiara, respectfully, you are terrible. You are a bad person. And I know none of this means anything to you, and all these videos, quote, hating on you, aren't going to change anything. But you're a really fucked up person. And you're a piece of shit. And to anybody watching this video who is experiencing thoughts of suicide or self-harm, I want to make it very clear, you are not alone. If you go to Google, you can search up, I think, self-harm tips. No. How to cope with self-harm thoughts, and you can get some really useful resources. I'll try and link a few in the description. If you're feeling this way, you are not alone, and there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And growing up is hard. You know, being a teenager sucks. You're filled with insecurities, and a lot of us in this community are filled with a lot more depressing thoughts. But there is a light. You do get out of it. The comment section is a space free for all to leave vents and stuff. If you've actually, harmed yourself, make sure you've done, proper care to make sure they don't get infected. Tell a parent, teacher, or trusted adults, and just stay safe. I'd recommend everyone watching this video just blocks Kiara. They're clearly delusional and a piece of shit. But yeah, I guess the moral of the story is, Kiara, go fuck yourself.